In this video we'll look at the Part 2 cue card topic, describe a house or apartment you'd like to live in. I'm very interested in property and I love looking at houses, so I love this topic and I love describing houses. You can use lots of language in this answer. I'm going to talk about a house in Italy. You can change the location, so it's a location you're more familiar with. Let's take a look. I'm fascinated by. This means I find it very interesting and attractive. Architecture is a very useful word for IELTS speaking because you can also talk about the architecture in your hometown in Part 1. It would be located, I'm using the second conditional here, locations, this means to be in a place or the place. Cuisine is a good way to describe the food. The climate describes the weather. This is a photo from Lake Garda, and as you can see, there is breathtaking scenery. That means very beautiful landscape. When you want to move to another bullet point or introduce another point, in terms of, with regard to, are good ways to introduce a new bullet point. A massive mansion. You don't really need to say massive because a mansion does mean a big house, but I'm just showing the IELTS examiner my massive vocabulary. To accommodate, to have enough space for. Now and then, from time to time, sometimes. Obviously, when you're going to say something that's very obvious, very clear. Not because I'm an avid swimmer. An avid swimmer means somebody who's very keen on swimming, somebody who loves swimming. Ideally means preferably in a perfect world. An infinity pool looks like this, so when you look at the pool, it's very hard to see where the pool stops and the sky starts or the sea starts in the background. An infinity pool. You know, this is a filler phrase that you know lots of English people use all the time. To merge with, to combine with, to blend with. Stunningly beautiful. Try not to use very simple adjectives such as beautiful or nice. Make them more complex. Stunningly beautiful. The property is just another way of saying the house. The patio is the area around the house where you can sit or have a table for eating. To gaze at means to look at something for a long time because it is beautiful. A spot, a place. To chill out is an informal phrasal verb and it means to relax. It's fantastic for IELTS speaking. In addition, as well as this, a lawn is an area of grass. Mature trees are trees like this. They're older trees that have been growing for a long time. If you are green-fingered, you are good at gardening. I'm not green-fingered. I'm not good at gardening. A low-maintenance garden means it's easy to look after. The outdoor space means the garden. We could use it for entertaining, so we could invite people round for food and drinks. An absolute must-have. Something that's a must-have means you must have it. Locally sourced ingredients means ingredients from the local area. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. When your mouth waters, it's because you're thinking about food or you can see food and you want to eat it. Priorities are the most important things. Priority, priorities, good words for IELTS writing. A homely feel means it feels like home to you. My nearest and dearest, these are your close friends and relatives. To recharge your batteries, a fantastic idiomatic expression that I would definitely use in IELTS speaking, and it means to rest and relax and regain energy and strength. I doubt. When you are not certain about something, you don't think it will happen. I doubt. A reality, a real thing. Unless I marry a millionaire, except if I marry a millionaire. So only if this happens. Okay, so now I'll read through the model answer. I'm pleased I've got this topic because I'm fascinated by architecture. If I could live in my dream house, it would be located near Lake Garda in northern Italy. This is one of my favourite locations in the world because of the cuisine, climate, and breathtaking scenery. In terms of size, I wouldn't want a massive mansion, just big enough to accommodate my family and a few guests now and then. Obviously, it would have to have a swimming pool. Not because I'm an avid swimmer though. Ideally, I'd love an infinity pool. You know, one of those that looks like it's falling off the edge and is merging with the sky. I would love a view of the stunningly beautiful lake from the property, so I could sit out on the patio and gaze at the water. I find looking at water incredibly relaxing, so this would be a spot where I could chill out. In addition, there would be a lawn with lots of mature trees. I'm not green-fingered, so I wouldn't want lots of flowers. A low-maintenance garden would be perfect. I'd like the outdoor space to be filled with lights, so that at night we could use it for entertaining. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. An absolute must-have is a pizza oven, so I could make my own pizzas with locally sourced ingredients. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. One of my priorities is a homely feel to the house. I want a place where my nearest and dearest can recharge their batteries. To be perfectly honest, I doubt it'll ever become a reality though, unless I marry a millionaire. Okay, it's quiz time now. How do we say my close friends and relatives? My nearest and dearest. How do we say you want to eat something? My mouth is watering. How do we say to look at something for a long time because it is beautiful? To gaze at. How do we say to rest and relax and regain energy and strength? To recharge your batteries. What do we call inviting people to your home and giving them food and drink? Entertaining. How can we introduce a new bullet point? In terms of. What do we call a pool with water that goes over the edge? An infinity pool. How can we say the food of a particular country? The cuisine. How can we describe the weather of the country? The climate. And finally, how can we say one of the most important things? One of the priorities.